In California. Hey, Glenn.
Hey, what's going on, Dave? I missed the beginning of your show, so I guess it's about TV ratings. What you guys are talking about?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so I think one thing that is bringing it down a lot is the media. There's a lot of talk about how NASCAR is doing bad, how the TV ratings are doing bad, and that in itself, I know you got a show to talk about, and that's great. But when you got Bob Hawkrass, Matt Weaver, and other journalists around the garage, all they're doing almost every week is talking bad about it. The fans are going to just start to catch on to that, like, well, maybe the sport is bad, maybe it's not doing good. For fans that didn't even think about that in the beginning. So,
are they reporting anything that isn't true?
Well, my thing is report it, and then report some good stuff. You don't have to do it every week. We get it. But, like, for instance, I got people hitting me up. Like, I run a page I called before, NASCAR 24/7 Talk on Facebook, and I get people that don't even watch NASCAR, but they'll say, hey, man, why is your sport doing so bad? I've seen this in the news today. I've seen that in the news today. And I get tired of seeing that. I think it's wrong. I think, say it once, and that's it. But every week, like Matt Weaver, for instance, he likes to I'm not saying he's bashing NASCAR, but he talks about dirt track racing. I know people love the dirt track racing, but
sure,
when he tries to put that out there more than Cup and saying this is where the real racing's at, it's like, well, what is he doing for the sport?
Well, he's covering dirt track racing.
No, but he's also saying this is where real racing's at, and then he's making, at the same time, he's making Cup look bad. It's like,
well, he doesn't have a right to his opinion.
He does, but he's a media guy. And I'm saying, what I'm saying is when
guys in the media I'm a media guy. I got a billion opinions. You're a media guy. You're expressing an opinion right now.
But every week it doesn't have to be bad. And that's what people catch on, like, well, maybe the sport is.
That's always interesting to me. Because again, I'm not going to call anybody out. I'm not using any names. It's not necessary. But there are a number of people who somewhere between 4 and 15 years ago were covering this sport on a regular basis for major media outlets. And did nothing, and like our previous caller said, did nothing week after week after week but write or broadcast or tell their audience in whatever way they did, it's a dying sport, nobody cares anymore, and it's going out of business pretty soon. And over the course of time, they sent that message. They wrote about it. They talked about it. Whatever their media might have been. Terrible sport. Nobody cares. Numbers are down. Going out of business. It's an irrelevant sport. And soon enough, their editor or their producer or whatever their boss's title was said, well, hell, if it's a dying sport that nobody cares about, why am I sending somebody to the track every week to cover it? And a lot of those people that were banging the death gong week after week after week now are either unemployed or they're employed outside our sport and are so bitter about it. Oh, it's the changing face of media. Where reporting is no longer valued. Well, there is a little of that going on. But you also dug your own grave. You told your editor, you told your producer week after week after week that it was a dying sport that nobody cared about. And eventually he figured out that if that was true, and since he or she didn't know anything about NASCAR other than what you wrote, you pretty much talked them into firing you. I have a lot of sympathy for people. Brave and save. 866 Pit Lane, Ellen in New Jersey.